increasingly becoming a huge faux pas in Champ Select with the current state of the champions.
Yeah, definitely real strong. Diana locked in right away. Pretty much the premier magic damage jungler. I'm sure there are other very strong AP junglers out there, but undiscovered it feels like so far.
Yeah, I even raise it to just premier jungler with Xin Zhao pretty much being permabanned, and especially coming from red side. Generally with Diana too, things you want to look for. Obvious is attack damage solo laners so that Diana can be the solo AP threat, but also other forms of CC or other champions that work off of groupings. Because that's one of the biggest things for Diana is the ultimate, grouping people together or being able to get giant second hits of the ultimate for huge damage splashing. Continuing on really quick here with Cloud9 though, as we saw yesterday, you know, Perkz still has it on the AD carries, the Perkz Lucian, very viable pick for them.
Curious to see that EG chose Tristana as the higher prized mid laner here. I think with the new Lucian tech coming out, people thinking of like Eclipse first and whatnot, like my instinct is I would call Lucian the stronger mid laner overall. Yes, both can flex to bottom lane. Jiizuke very clearly saying, assuming it is going to be mid on mid, says, I actually like Tristana's side of this matchup.
I don't think that's a safe assumption versus EG because Danny has had back-to-back games on Tristana.
Valid.
And they were both really well played. I just love seeing Danny on champions that can go all in and make these AD carry plays. Funnily enough, you know, even Aphelios included in that with the Kill Force, as he was able to create some plays there. So a very, very high chance that this is Danny's Tristana.
It is Danny's Tristana as Ryze has been locked in for Jiizuke, so valid point here from Kobe. One thing we saw hovered though, Taliyah, I think is an underrepresented AP jungler. Obviously, with the fact that you've got Ryze in mid, you don't need an AP jungler, right? That's the consideration, right? Jayce top, Lucian mid, okay, where's magic damage coming from? It's either Ziggs in the bot lane or it's Diana in the jungle. Taliyah is one of these champs that can fit that mold as a strong jungler. Probably not in this draft, but I just want to bring it up for the future.
I've been trying to sell it to the LCS junglers when I've been talking between weeks, but of course, you have to draft more heavily around that champion than around Diana. Diana, you can fit into pretty much any composition. However, Taliyah, you need CC setup to actually get a lot of value out of the kit and go for those invades, go for that jungle pressure. So not going to be the case here. That's why a lot of the junglers haven't also put more time into it. You can't just jump right back on a Taliyah. Meanwhile, though, for Cloud9 bouncing back here, banning away some of the answers there that you can take into the Jayce. So Malphite, just try and soak it up, and then guess what? Your opponents have mostly attack damage and would be extremely effective.
Karma off the table as well. Cloud9 may well be triple marksman in this comp. We expect Jayce top, Lucian mid, and then Zven playing something else down in the bottom lane. That said, a lot of AD carries are banned, and the next tier of like Aphelios and stuff usually wants a Thresh nearby. So I actually would have wanted to see a Ziggs ban myself. I think that's the champ that would fit the comp the best. I know no one plays it in pro, but Swain is also excellent for bot lane mages. Not going to be off the table, though.
It would mean that Cloud9 would be a very, damage-heavy, but in CC-like composition, which can work, but is a very high barrier of execution and requires a lot of attention to detail, warding your flanks, making sure that your opponents don't get early moves on objectives and set up there, and does rely on poke damage. Maybe they do invest in further poke damage, but you need some sort of structure there, and the Braum is going to bring that defense.
All right, so it's really kite back focused. The only engage, like Braum ult, is really unreliable. Diana's not bad at it, certainly, but it's not a Sejuani, it's not an Ornn, it's not a Malphite, none of these tools, right? So Cloud9, as you mentioned, they're really poke-focused. They're much more about kiting back. Jayce and Ezreal going to be the primary poke champions there. So that's the style. That's the kind of game we're looking at with Cloud9. We'll see what happens as time goes on. Ignar gets himself Rakan into the bottom lane, so engage is definitely much more available here. Realm Warps, Rakan going in. It's not super reliable, but like Flash Renekton stun's not horrible, so EG, okay tools for going in.
As soon as I see Ignar on Rakan, I start smiling, Phreak, because guess what? Even level 1, Ignar looks for the flanks with his champion. He's one of the premier early adopters of support Rakan, taking the W level 1, jumping over the back of either Dragon Pit or Baron Pit, looking for those level 1 surprise plays on opponents. If they do just do default defense openings, EG have options here as far as very aggressive looks for level 1s, and especially if you are running, this comp like Cloud9 that is going to rely on wanting some early solo lane pressure for both their solo lanes. Even if you don't kill, if you get some flashes out in level 1s, it can really change the way that these lanes play out in the early stages, which is kind of critical to their overall game plan.
Alrighty, champions locked in. Game loading in right now. The only thing I think I'm missing from the EG side is some kind of hard tank who's happy to buy a Frozen Heart and a Warmogs, since there's 4 attack speed champions on the Cloud9 side, and it's a lot of physical poke that you can Warmogs regen up in between. Renekton not quite that same frontliner, so C9 can really focus down pretty rapidly, but we'll see if the engage is going to be good enough. Oh dear, we've got ourselves an exciting match ready to go. It's a pretty model. I like one. Well done. It's a good camera angle. It's a nice shot. Got some quick flexing from.
You gotta look even from the
Ezreal.
wildlife. I could see in the eyes of the deer as it turned around. Honestly, I don't think that was a deer.
What is it, Kobe?
Never mind. I don't know.
Is it an elk? Is it a reindeer?
I was gonna go with elk, but honestly,
maybe.
Maybe
it is. Yeah.
Either way, let's get into Cloud9 versus EG here. We are looking for the level 1 possibilities with Ignar, but guess what? Vulcan on Braum. Level 1s are often won off the back of these Q and passive abilities here from said support.
Vulcan has, that one misses, but he still hit Ignar at the start, so Vulcan is 100% of the team's damage. Braum is topping the charts, and Zven...
Bot diff, huh?
Yeah, huge bot diff. Now Zven has tied that score. Of note, it is not Mana Flow Ezreal. I will say the stronger build, and I think the one that Zven's going for is the one with free boots and... I forget the secondary you're supposed to run. Yeah, biscuits usually. Yeah. That it's technically less mana than just getting mana flow banned, but the extra gold you get from the free boots, I think, is just a more valuable overall build. So, fan of that one. I think it's going to look really nice. We'll see how that turns out as we go on. Basically, my eyes really are pretty heavily on Blaber, though. I think Impact is, with his other melee champions, all going to go steel caps and try to tank up the physical damage.
Well, it's a really interesting point to start at, because Blaber actually starts Gromp and transitions for a very weird opening build here. Now, if you're looking at the champions for Cloud9 and you see Blaber, he just transitioned back down from the top side. He was going to start up there, but he just transitions to start on Raptor, Krugs, and he's going to do a clear towards top. If you're looking at the champions, and especially the start, this tier from Ezreal means they're just going to farm. There's not a lot of damage output down there, and he's going to want to make most of his plays around top triangle of the map, keep this Jayce and Lucian in aggressive positions in the mid and top lane. As you can see, Perkz pushing up past those minion waves. To be able to do that, you want to get harassment up there and play off of it. Meanwhile, Fudge on top side as well did a pretty good job of using his range form early on to try and push Impact off of the minion wave and try and deny that rage buildup.
All right, aggressive trading in the mid lane right now. Jiizuke just with the early mana crystal as expected, shoving down the wave. Big trade top side, dashing away. I believe the Jayce Q landed. I think it's beautifully dodgeable slice and dice, but I saw the slow marker, so it looks like Fudge got all of his damage across. They're just kind of battling back and forth, but Impact fighting for the waves pretty reliably. This should not be an easy level 3 crash. The wave's getting thinned enough that there's no tower dive here, so we can wait for the rest of the jungle path. Right now, though, it's been 2 camps skipped. Svenskeren's already top set right now on just 4 camps, well before Scuttle, and they're going to play. Flash stun. There's the first one. There's the second one. Big damage. No way out. Fudge goes down. Great communication from top jungle to find first blood.
And everything is pointing towards the top side of the map for the junglers here, but because Svenskeren cuts off his early jungle clear, gets up there first, nice flash there from Impact to start it out, and once you flash and get your point-and-click Renekton stun, there's no point in Fudge trying to waste his flash to get out afterwards.
Perkz helping, though. Jiizuke actually has to recall without mana, so it's actually a fair 2-on-2, but now that Jayce here's a 3-on-2, this could be tough. Here's the TP in, here's the dive in. Blaber just dies. Cloud9 cannot shake off the demons of their past as EG find 2 kills, the second thanks to a fight for top Scuttle.
Impact and Svenskeren are the new Bash Brothers, Phreak. Again, stun into guaranteed stun right there. Another victim falls on the side of Cloud9, and evil geniuses continue their march towards the top of the LCS.
Beautiful stuff right there. Jiizuke knocking down the camp. Obviously got his recall off for the tier. Not a problem for him. We can watch that the first dive, really nice from Fog, gets the second stun.
Again, yeah, you just flash, guarantee the stun there with Renekton. He's got plenty of rage built up, so it's empowered, super long stun, allows easy follow-up there from Svenskeren. He gets level 4 off of that, so even though he doesn't do full clear, is level 4 for this fight in the river. And guess what? Able to chase him off after that. Teleport starts channeling, but it doesn't matter because Impact through the brush again. Another empowered stun. Charged it up off the Scuttle Crab and makes it look so easy.
It's kind of amazing to me that that kill happened without Jiizuke being there, because it's an objective 3-on-2, right? Perkz was there, Jiizuke was on the recall. Fudge is on his way down. This is an actual 3-on-2, and they're like, we're just going to one-shot Blaber. Like, it's fine. It's a level 3 Diana. We're just going to kill the guy. And it's well done, right?
Renekton empowered W is no joke for you.
It is a lot of damage, but like, it's not like they bought after the first blood. It's not like they have the mid laner there. Like, that's just really good coordination to know what the damage they had was, and that's well done.
Certainly is. Meanwhile, bottom side, you know, Danny and Ignar are just smiling ear to ear. Great stuff up there.
Cool, we're farming. We're not losing lane to Ezreal Braum. It's chill. Like, don't worry about it, folks. What a great start. Evil Geniuses have really been taking names. As you mentioned before the game started, they are 1 game behind top 4. A win here ties them with Cloud9 at 22. That's obviously really awesome. Well done to them. EG absolutely on a tear. This would be, I believe, 8 wins in a row if it happens. Off to the good start, of course.
And they've been doing it with 2 different junglers. You know, constantly swapping out impact or contracts and Svenskeren. Both of them having success. Here's a very deep realm warp to push Fudge off of the tower.
Fudge is flash. Can they find the stun? Yeah, he's afraid of Svenskeren doing maybe a flash W, so burns the flash early. He's going to lose waves under the turret.
Continued focus on that top triangle we highlighted in Champ Select is paying off for EG.
Ooh. What about this one, though? Ignar's going to find himself a knock-up, and teammates soon. Perkz and Blaber now on the way out. Jiizuke is here. Culling is going to push him right back out. But maybe Svenskeren can find the flank. Like, does this become a 3v2? They're not willing to go for it just yet, but Svenskeren's on the way up. He's gonna he doesn't even see him yet. That's going to be a possible stun. Jiizuke, though, goes down. Great play by Cloud9. Flash out from Blaber, but they find the knock-up, but they will find that kill. Svenskeren trades it right back.
Yep, and flash blown there in answer as well, so it's going to be continued aggression. Svenskeren's out level 6 off of so many kills here, so much action early on.
That is early. Usually you don't get that pre-7 minutes without taxing lanes to some degree, even if you're just hard farming, and to be fair, his camps are all down, so he's been doing that too.
Yeah, the big thing is not wasting a lot of time in going for these ganks, and all of the ganks have converted into kills. So people always warn you against, okay, if you're going to do a lot of ganks, you're probably going to be behind in experience because you're giving up camps to do it. But if they all convert and you're only taking 10 seconds to do each one, then you are going to be on a very strong power curve. These are the types of jungle carry games that junglers dream of here. Even transitions into the early dragon, picks up the objective for the team. Evil Geniuses with the dream start.
It really is a dream start. Like, from my experience jungling this season, and yeah, I'm nowhere near as good as Svenskeren, like, it's hard to get all your camps and gank and then also get the objectives. Like, he's just everywhere in the right time every time, and it's really beautiful to see.
Yeah, he skipped 2 camps in the opener, and so that is the cost. It's a possible cost there to you, but because they were so successful and then transferred into Scuttle Crab plus the extra kill, it's just, you know, best of all scenarios there.
All right, well, 1,000 gold lead to EG, a bit more than the kills themselves would signify, just very slightly, as now Perkz is on his way up and wants a bit more impact, taking a big fight with Fudge. At 80%, not likely to die here, and indeed, Lucian gets a Trinket Ward and Tri-Brush, helps out his homie Fudge, and walks back down.
Fudge has got to be scared up there on the top side. You have no teleport, no flash as Jayce into Renekton, and the Renekton's got early still caps, giant experience lead because of the extra minions, and there's not a lot you can do. This is where the Jayce memes come from, where you feel so ineffective. Being trounced kind of early on, you don't get to use any sort of early, range advantage or power there because Impact can threaten his flash on you all day. He just walks up into flash range, and you have to back up. You have to seed. There's no response from you, so it earns you objectives for free. This is no bottom lane, attempt at a roam. You see them even moving just halfway up the river is all they need. No extra minions given over, no nothing. It's just a little bit of time from Svenskeren, and you get an entire Rift Herald now for you to just push ahead the rest of the game. Makes it very easy to snowball here when you have this sort of start on the top side of the map, and especially with those steel caps, it makes it so much easier for Impact to just hold on to his rage and hold on to that threat.
Nice timing there. Zven gets the cannon minion from the ulti, so most of the gold of the wave will go to him, and in fact, it won't crash anyway, or at least, sorry, it won't die before he's in range, so able to get most of the gold and all of the XP here. Danny wants to get a single turret plate. That should do it with the explosive charge. Walks on back, doesn't take a turret shot either. Well done there. And Zven's going to keep the farm close, but here comes the next attempt. We have brought reinforcements down. Zven is 1 versus 3. Rune prison and sent right back to the fountain.
Yep, that's just another beautiful call. I was looking at the mini-map leading up to this, Phreak, and you see immediately unlocking Jiizuke from mid lane. It only takes a few seconds. They saw Braum in the top river off the support roam. Jiizuke and Ignar make the call, and another expert use of the Realm Warp from Jiizuke. This is one of the main champions that he has had so much success with throughout his career, allowing him to get off these early plays by, helping push out mid-wave and having extra information on the whereabouts of any enemy support. Just love how EG, they don't hesitate on making these calls. They just, one after the other, keep throwing out these early game plays versus Cloud9 and keep capitalizing on them.
Alrighty. Well, recall in Vision. Okay, here we go. First knockup, there's a follow through, and goodbye. The plays keep happening.
Phreak, I'm hearing laughing on stage 10 seconds in advance of these plays.
Yep.
They are literally cackling on stage while playing an official match. EG are just living the life, having fun up there winning games.
Ooh, good flash. Auto's still going to land for the stun. The next Q's up soon for Braum. Shield's going to be enough just to walk up. That is a happy bee. Jiizuke gets caught out of the opposing jungle.
Foreshadowing, Phreak. Anytime you start feeling so good like that, you've experienced this. Your clash teams, your raid games. You're like, we're crushing them. Time for Jiizuke to get real deep in enemy territory.
Yeah,
might as well go for a solo invade. On the enemy blue.
It's okay though. Something else happens. I'm starting to win my lane. I got a good couple of jungle links off. The Jiizuke walks in, and I lose the game. It's really my standard ranked experience. 600 gold now on Danny.
I appreciate it. Jiizuke doesn't want to let this game start to get boring. He's like, we're crushing him too hard here. Let's spice it up a bit. Right into the jungle there. Good invade here from Cloud9 off of the opening, though. They're like, okay, we took down Jiizuke. Let's get some vision back for ourselves. Deep invade. The game's not lost yet.
Okay, Renekton in on top of 3. Svenskeren come by as well. 4v3 temporarily, but Jayce reinforcing. That ult does not find much. Cullen gonna force them out. Ignar still very low. Flash Braum finds a slow. Svenskeren forced a flash away. Now Zven is here, and as all 5 show up, EG lose 1. But guess what? Danny was pushing the bottom lane. It's 1 kill for Cloud9, but a turret kill and 1 answered back for Evil Geniuses.
And now Svenskeren has Ezreal, one of my favorite champions to steal, able to E4 onto Blaber, but nobody else from EG wanted to chase them. Because Danny had recalled from bottom, there's not the extra value there of keeping them. It looks like staying too long, though. Blaber wanted Krugs, and EG won his life.
Okay. Vulcan's got some movement speed. I like that he stayed in the base gate for a second, try to find it, look for the stun, and Blaber not going to find it just yet. He's going to be flung right back in, though, and he is gone. Evil Geniuses find kill number 7.
EG will not let them get out alive with it. Even though Jiizuke had back-to-back deaths, he was the one that went down in the Cloud9 counterpunch as well, by the way. Off of the 2 invades, EG still gets so much money, and you mentioned Danny. The Demolitionist on Tristana still whacking away at turret plates. We're only 13 minutes into this game, Phreak. It feels like so much has happened because EG constantly with the proactive plays. Here, Impact tries to set up, but immediately gets exhausted, and they have to turn it now on its head to retreat. Since Jiizuke had lost his flash in the previous invade, he went into enemy jungle. The flash Q there from Vulcan, just landing that slow onto Jiizuke is enough to ensure they get the chase down kill. But then, guess what? Too far forward on the Ezreal. Phreak just gets flashed on. Impact is just loving life here with the Renekton. Flash W's always resulting in kills.
Gets it through the minion for the dice as well, and Perkz is going to be a natural one. Let's keep going for a bit more. Ignar slowed up, could be stunned. Blaber wants that kill, trades it back. Okay, Impact a bit low, needs his next Q to come across, but first, Zven will be there to get a kill in Vengeance, and Svenskeren gonna drop as well, so Cloud9 are able to answer back. But hey, the other side of the map, we've got a Tristana going for a bit more.
Oh, this entire time, EG keep making proactive plays while they're simultaneously sending Danny off to kill turrets. You, go kill turrets, push side lane. We're going to take care of business over here. And the party is getting a little wild for EG. A little bit too wild, Phreak, because Cloud9 gaining some gold back here with the extra kills. Counter kills now on the bottom side allow them to also try and trade some of this turret pressure. They do a lot of work on bottom. Can't finish it off on this wave, though. And I'm curious, with Impact walking down here through bottom lane, will they even commit the extra resources to try and, finish off the extra gold or respect it? Looks like Vulcan cancels his TP and will stick around.
Impact, no flash, no ulti, no way out. Perkz teleports in as well. Colling's going to land well. Impact clears the wave or most of it, but will still lose his life. They're going to stay and knock down the turret with 2.
I don't hear any more laughing on stage.
Yeah. They've been quieted real quick.
What's going on there? Honestly, though, the EG push on top side will continue with Rift Herald. Tristana, Danny is just still determined. He sees a turret, keeps on pushing forward, will be able to exchange in mid.
Okay, 3 turrets make it 4, of course, because bot lane outer, bot lane tier 2 were both killed by the same Rift Herald, and now they get the second one, so probably top lane tier 2 is going to be next. I do think EG should aim for top. It's worth more gold than mid lane, for example. But that's what's keeping the gold different at this point, right? It's a 4,000 gold lead, mostly from the 3 turrets and roughly 10 turret plate difference. That's a big deal. Yeah, Danny's got 2,000 gold more than anyone on Cloud9.
Everybody else was out partying, and Danny was at home trading stocks. He's like, I'm investing in turret plates. Construction is big right now. This sector is going up, Phreak.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's the one getting paid. Everybody else is out having fun. Danny now with his second item completion. This is where he gets to join the party. He saved up enough. Now it's the Vegas trip for him. He's got his Phantom Dancer on top of Kraken to the single Trinity Force here. 2 versus 1 items over Zven. Can they actually work around Danny, though? Because EG have made so many plays away from him. Playing with this Tristana would make this game a completely different story.
4,000 gold. We're going to keep that number in our minds to see which way it moves. Obviously, 2-item Trist is going to be the big power spike. We're looking at Danny and what he can do. Perkz walks his way down. Impact, I believe, spotted him. Should have gotten the vision of his moves. Indeed did, but there might not be a play. Impact is lurking outside the brush. He's like, I really want to kill this guy. Can I solo kill Perkz without a turret around? But Vulcan in the brush, actually. Been in the right place, the right time every single time. 6 assists of his team's 7 kills. No deaths. Vulcan has had a very good game. If there's a comeback, it feels like it's going to be through him. I love fights he's found.
I love when the observers can go to Cloud9 Vision and toggle Fog of War, and you see 0 EG members on your screen. Every member of Cloud9 has got to be like, all right, they're going for a brush play. Guess what? They're trying to pick people off. This is what they do. So you have to play a little cautious in this scenario. They don't leave any more turrets open to Tristana's pushing. And if they can hold it here, we'll actually have a course for stabilization. It's still a whole minute and 50 seconds before the next dragon. So Cloud9 have some chance to coalesce here before, starting one of these out. It is going to be fairly difficult with the comp that they're given here. It kind of has to, if it's going to be beneficial for C9, start out with Vulcan on the front line doing the phase check. And if he can get his Unbreakable up first, get off an ultimate, and set Blaber up for the Diana combination coming in on top of it, then you can have plenty of damage coming through from range over the top, but it really will be devastating if any other member of C9 starts out the fight.
Okay, here we go. Though the push is on, top lane tier 2 will die to almost just the crash and maybe a couple follow-up autos. Indeed, it takes exactly 2. That's what a couple is. We got the prediction right, and the gold lead grows. We'll take the note that it's now about 5,000. Obviously, that turret's worth that 1,000 gold difference, more or less, if you round it. And then next dragon coming in 50 seconds. Are there going to be important recalls coming off? Are there going to be power spikes finished in time for this dragon? I don't believe Ezreal will have his Manamune in time, but he's just the combine away from that one. He's got all the components at this point, so if he magically has 1,000 gold in pockets, that's a Muramana, and suddenly Zven has that same 2-item power spike that Danny has.
And as we highlight the fun-loving nature of Evil Geniuses and the shouting on stage, we also should highlight the discipline here leading up to this dragon. Now it's, okay, everyone play calm, we're resetting. 45 seconds ahead of the dragon, you see all those recalls go off. Everybody's purchasing control wards in inventory, save for Jiizuke because he's got some decently powerful small items there with the big impact of a stopwatch that can turn this team fight, as well as not wanting to sell a Dark Seal because he's already got 2 stacks and looking to get multiple off of the team fight. Should have plenty of vision with the rest of the team grabbing the control wards.
All right, Viego, I believe, soloing the dragon right now as the rest of EG play for the other part of the map. I think he walked in without going through vision, and with the top lane of Impact having pressure down there, he's going to be able to solo it.
Yeah, that's easy when the other team doesn't have any vision on your side or even in the river of the map by virtue of being bottled up inside their own base. There's not going to be any C9 vision worth talking about. They're trying to leave remnants in their own jungle and can't even keep those wards upright.
Ezreal wants to steal, makes it a smite instead, and okay, claims a red buff off the second dragon they claimed as well. We are going towards Mountain Soul, by the way, and I will once again recommend the fact that getting a bunch of Mountain Drakes and a very efficient shield when you can armor stack against this team composition is going to feel very good for EG's frontline.
Certainly is, because it also helps you a lot with poke. If you just walk up, you look for your engage, your play with the shield on. Okay, maybe you take a Jayce Shock Blast or some Ezreal poke leading up to it. Then you just back off. You wait for your shield to regen, 5 seconds, no problem, and you go for another look. It's actually a very effective Drake versus poke comps like this. It might even be better than the current state Ocean ones. Here is the start on Baron. Because Viego has so much life steal, there's not a lot of cost to this, so you can easily start it up. Just kind of, shot in the dark here. Will they have Scryers available to see us out?
As ult will not get any champion damage, they sidestep it. When the fight's going to come in, there we go. Ignar charms, flashes, gets it. Blaber's gone. No much damage left in the team. Ignar forced to burn his stopwatch, jumps back out. Impact a bit low. Rocket jump away from Danny. Cloud9 still have triple marksman. That is still deadly. The gold not so far behind, they cannot possibly win a fight. EG get the 1 for 0, then go back into the jungle. Vulcan looking for a bit more to do, but obviously cannot solo kill anybody. Second red buff going to be handed over to Danny. Claims that one. Now both he and Svenskeren get the regen. And we wait for the next big play out of EG. They got that third dragon, and they got a Baron bait to get a single kill.
Again, the precision of this Evil Geniuses team, they're looking for the turn this entire time. There's no indecision in their looking at Cloud9 heading up through this small jungle corridor, immediately collapsing. They're focusing on Blaber, to your point of being able to invest heavily in armor, and Blaber being the only AP threat. If you just 100% the Diana, who's on the front line at the very beginning of the fight, then guess what? There's no AP threat. You get to shrug off a little bit of Ezreal, small splash damage of AP, and Evil Geniuses reset immediately, can get right back to the same plan.
Zven on his way to Frozen Heart here. The very standard third item on Ezreal. Does have enough physical damage that he's against for it to be a very warranted and solid build. Will help his dueling against Danny a fair bit. You saw him scrap in the mid lane. Went about equal for both, but Danny's red buff regen is going to make him feel very comfortable there. Plus the similar amounts of lifesteal, honestly. Omnivamp versus the Legend Bloodline should be of similar power levels. And once again, looking at the mid lane, Vulcan walks up, does not land as slow. Shield is on. Explosive does pretty good damage to the rest of the team.
They get chunked out in a 5v3 scenario while both side lanes are being pushed by EG. This is a macro and a micro win for EG.
Yeah.
An attempted engage there from Cloud9. The reason they go for it is because it is a split map with the double split pushers from EG, but not only do they get rebuffed in their efforts, they also are going to lose map pressure.
Oh, Zven! If he ulted, he was dead. I think he's alive barely here. Someone heals to be safe. I think he needed to. If there was a chance to get Buster Shot out, Danny was literally a quarter second away from that animation, guaranteeing the kill.
Danny dishing out the damage once again, and Baron's going to be on the receiving end now.
Here we go. Baron being rushed down. Vulcan, Blaber, the rest of the squad coming around. True Shot Barrage hits 4. Fight comes in. Ignar dangerously low. No damage from the Braum, but here comes Diana for the engage. Baron already taken, but how about the team fight? Health bars again, quite low. Realm Warp is beautiful. Brings 4 to safety. And EG pull off the perfect heist. They grab the Baron and they get out clean.
Yeah, Blaber actually gets in there on that Diana to try and threaten the Baron, but looked like a little bit of damage from Jiizuke's Ryze. Ends up getting the last hit. They get the objective. Realm Warped out immediately afterwards as well, and Cloud9 attempting to stop this one, but EG concise and are going to immediately reset for a hard push. Now is the time where they can actually break into the Cloud9 base. You see the scramble from C9 is immediately, hey, we can't actually contest this, so Fudge push out on top side, gain some time by virtue of pushing out these minion waves up towards the top side of the map, and then get back here for the fight that matters, the inhibitor turrets.
There we go. Big damage. Zven just dropped pretty low. The extra true damage out of the Tristana's items are certainly helping a bit there. True shot barrage again. Finds one target, and Svenskeren can walk in the jungle and find a camp to attack to get his health back to full. Next wave coming in. EG still want to knock down more of these turrets. They've got Renekton in the top side. They've got the Ryze clearing camps. EG pull off the siege. They want to go ahead and grab Drake number 3. They're on pace for a 30-minute Mountain Soul, which almost seals the game at that point. Not the gold lead is not already done. Almost that. 8,000 now the gold lead. EG have exploded this advantage.
And they're so well equipped to play the entire map. So with it already being so open for themselves, they can continue to just revert into Ryze and Renekton split pushing. We already saw how effective the 3-person squad is at controlling the mid wave, as well as, you know, fighting off any sort of flimsy engage from C9. We highlighted in Champ Select one of the weaknesses of the comp here for Cloud9 is they don't have a lot of priority as far as choosing the fights. Diana going in head first will get blown up, and the Braum is so much slower. Even if you're trying to jump to the Diana, the travel time isn't great, and trying to get in there for the activation with the ultimate requires some missteps from your opponents.
There we go. Defensive wards going down, and EG pushing in for more, hoping they do not find those missteps. I see maybe one flank TP ward available, maybe two, both in the left side jungle that Cloud9 could use. Unfortunately, Fudge and Perkz are not exactly the best flankers. They are on marksman. They want a front line in front of them. Perkz chunked to about 40%, knocked right back out. Thank you for the camera shot on the wards a minute ago as the turrets are going down. Top lane knocked down. Bot lane nearly gone. Danny happy to take a turret shot or two. Yep. He's got a Bloodthirster, right? So next wave just gets all the health back up. Doesn't have to care about it. Bot lane turret is indeed gone. Health bar back to full. No problem. Zven again chunked out. Nothing is really stopping Tristana. She's just too rich. Blaber goes for the play. Follow-up coming in from Perkz as well. Can they find Jiizuke? Zhonya's Hourglass down to piercing light and just walks away from the 1v2. Now Ignar will find the kill. Ignite, W and Q. Kills him off. Goodbye to Perkz. That 2-on-2 just looks better. Big damage from Danny, knocking them back as well. Cloud9 back inside the fountain.
They're back to screaming Phreak. I can't wait for fans to be back in here to hear it as well. Evil Geniuses are celebrating. They're about to go legendary in the LCS. This would be an 8-game win streak here, capping it off against Cloud9.
Suddenly the most consistent team in the LCS. Evil Geniuses have beaten basically everybody in the second round robin of the summer split. An 8-win streak, 8-1 across the entire roster, getting poised for the third round robin and the last run towards the summer playoffs. This is the best looking I have ever seen Evil Geniuses. It's one final recall and a look to end the game.
Yeah, we said it yesterday. We're like, this is the best that this organization has ever performed in the LCS. And
that's true.
I still think that, so we could just keep on updating it with each successive set of data. Because this one was interesting to me in the fact that yesterday, and in the previous examples before that, we had displayed Danny's big Samira work or the Aphelios play, you know, some of these mechanics and these plays where he's willing to go for the outplay and that do entail some sort of risk. But in this game, it has been complete discipline, very risk averse, just pushing down all the towers, paying attention to the win condition, accruing all this massive tower gold, converting it into items, and then not putting his champion in danger at all in any of these scenarios and allowing the team to just move on forward. Now, inside the rest of the base with all 3 inhibitors down, all that's left is the Nexus turret.
Here we go. On to the final turret. They're going to go for this siege. They're going to go for the ending of the game in 29 minutes. 5-on-5 with a turret to help, but a gold lead on EG's side. Can they make this one happen? They can always retreat for Baron if they need to, but Danny gets the attacks in, jumps away from Blaber. There's the Diana engage. Braum the follow-up, but it's not going to be any kills just yet, and now the dive comes in. Blaber is gone. 1 for 0. Double stopwatch for EG. Turret is low. They're ignoring it for now. The minions going to clean it off, and now as they're stuck in the fountain, Cloud9 will sit and wait to die as a third kill comes across. Evil Geniuses 13-7 the scoreline, a 29-minute win, and Evil Geniuses certainly look like the best team in the LCS.
The dubs keep on rolling in for EG. And dang, if it isn't fun to watch them play, Phreak.
Yes, it is exciting. I really love the first 3-minute game plan in the top lane. Impact played the lane tight. He kept the lane equal, made sure that Fudge was in the middle of the lane and said, hey, Svenskeren, at a certain point, man, skip your Raptors, come straight here from red. I'm going to flash stun this guy. Level 3, bam, he's dead from empowered stun. Svenskeren's already in range to land his follow-up. That one's knocked down. They then stay for the top scuttle in what could have been dicey, right? It was a 2v3 until Jiizuke teleported, but they found the window. They found the kill on the Diana. Got that one as well. All right, off to the races, and just... All right, we'll leave Tristana to siege. He's going to kill a bunch of turrets. Like, everything went well. Really fun to watch EG pop off there.
Yeah, that top scuttle fight was, you know, that's definitely going to hit him where it hurts for Cloud9. And for everybody watching that one, it's kind of, when you hear those stories on the news about these clowns that are going to the zoo and like poking or trying to feed or mess with the animals that are caged in there, and you know, they fall in. All of a sudden you're in the pit with the alligator that you were just provoking and throwing rocks at. You're gonna die and you lose your scuttle crab.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is a scuttle crab the animal in this case? Cloud9 just poking it.
No,
the
Renekton was.
Renekton.
The Renekton was.
Yeah, and that is true. I mean, he is a really, really strong early game champion. His damage hasn't been touched for a while. The sustain is like where Riot have put the nurse. That man is still lethal up there, and Impact piloted it well.
Yeah, every time. You know, he charged up his rage bar. He was patient with it. He didn't waste any of it. Another empowered stun, another kill.
All right, beautifully done. So Evil Geniuses 8-0 streak for now. After the break, we will hear from Ignar in the Verizon